Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. A quick word to make up for the overlong video that I just did. Now, just wondering if you're Filipina. I'm really addressing the foreigners that are thinking of coming over now, and they're looking at children, and very likely if they're coming over to live in the Philippines, then they're going to be almost retirement age or better off than I was when I came. Alright, so you're looking at, has your Filipina got children? Not so much does your Filipina want children, because pretty well, no matter what's said up front, they want to have a child of their own, and your challenge may be to handle that. That certainly has been mine. Now, if your Filipina has children already, then chances are, I'll make a guess and say chances are that the father is nowhere to be seen, and if she may be a single parent. Now, depending on whether they as a family are from the city, or whether they're like Bet's family. Bet's family are hilltop farmers, and they are different to shall we say the lowland families. They're different. We even see this on movies. We're looking at the way that people who live close to the beach, the way that they behave towards each other, and they're different, and you're going to have to fit into that, and you're going to have to decide how that's best done. Now, my suggestion has always been for anybody coming to the Philippines to meet a potential, or well, let's say to meet a partner for life, and they're going to come, and first of all, quickly, I think you should go to a place that you would like to live, and then try to find someone in that area, with that kind of lifestyle. I had no intention of getting married, and then I met Beth, and well, you know, why the hell would I not? So I counted myself very lucky, and I accepted the particular way that her family behave. What are the ways that they respond to each other? And sometimes, because of the lack of language, on my part too. For instance, my brother-in-law Rado, who I love like a brother, I've never had a conversation with him because he doesn't speak English at all, and I don't speak his language. So we're kind of on the nodding, I don't know, just a pat on the shoulder, how you doing, bud, and that's probably it. And he helps out without thinking about it. He'll just come and help, and I feel the same. So that's another relationship that you need to be aware of too, is that there will be her siblings, and you need to be able to get along with them as well, if you want a happy life, that is, you know. So that should be part of your decision, not just children, but the family. And if you really feel that the family are not a comfort zone to you, then you better think very carefully about whether you're going to go ahead with this particular relationship. So the children, how will the children behave? Usually, especially with the girls have the usual. They have the usual admiration for someone who they think is unusual or attractive, and and they will want to know you. They'll be very shy with you, and the boys less shy. And if you're good with handling boys, my life as all boys children. I was a single parent of my son, and we came to America in when he was 6 years old, and that's it. I brought up a boy, and that's how I knew how to handle the problems of doing that. So now, if we were to have a child now, if we were to be blessed, I would love to have a girl. I would love to bring up a girl child and to be able to experience having a daughter. I did have a daughter, left when I was divorced, and so I never got to have the pleasure of having a daughter. And so you got to look at things like that too. Okay, you also have to look at things like the laws of the land. And if you're coming over and you're planning on just staying with someone, in other words living with someone for various reasons, I have friends who, because of marriage difficulties and the lack of an annulment being available, are stuck with not being able to get married, even though it may be their dearest wish. Now, if that's the case, then you have to bear in mind the law, because the law says that a minor cannot be alone with an adult, and so you have to be mindful of that and careful. And so that's something that you need to look at and factor in to how you view whether something is ideal and good for you or not. So you have to be aware of that. Now, once you move in, especially if you move into a small community where you are quickly known, like for instance, we live between Itafi, which is a very small town, and Talabon, which is a growing town. But even in Talabon, because I'm a foreigner and there may only be 10 or 20 foreigners living in the area as far as I know, I'm known. I'm known because I'm a foreigner, you know. I don't know everybody there, but everybody would know me at least by sight, and they will have seen me coming into town with Beth and all the kids. So it's not a worry or a concern for me, but the law is the law, and it can turn if you're not careful. So you have to be mindful of that and do whatever has to be done in order to be clear on it. Okay, so will they accept you? Well, that's something that only you can find out. It's only you that can find that out by being yourself and coming and spending time and being willing to give and to be not necessarily generous, but fair-minded and helpful, and all of those kinds of words. You need to know what to do and how to approach people. So your people skills have to be up there. Okay, well, this is all that I'd intended to say on this. It's more of a better watch out than to tell you how to do it. You need to be yourself. You need to be kind and tolerant. And if anything, perhaps the other piece of advice that I've given in the past is when you first come to the Philippines, if you can keep your mouth closed, your eyes and ears open, you will learn the way of the people, and you'll learn it in a non-critical way. Because the worst thing that you can do when you come over here or when you go to any new country is to be constantly comparing what you see with what you've left. What you've left is gone. What you've left is yesterday. It's in the past. What you have right now is what is going to form your future, or not. Okay, thanks for looking in. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Bye for now.